Okay, thanks for coming back to Armchair Conversations with Rob. And I had mentioned earlier that I was going to talk a little bit about gifts in conjunction with the I am myths that I talked about a little bit earlier. If you didn't see that one, go check it out. Give you a little background for what I'm about to say. But anyway, we were talking about the I am myths, and we were talking about how they don't define you, you define you. And we were also talking about, as far as the one in particular where we talk about people liking you, I touched on the fact that your gifts make space for you. It's something that's also written in the Bible about a man's gifts making space for him, or woman in this case, because again, we are humans, and man does not mean just male, it means mankind, of course. But one of the things that I wanted to touch on and hit, because it just kind of occurred to me as I was talking, was the fact that a lot of the things that you have, the things you do, and the people that like you are not a byproduct of the things you try to acquire to let that be the case. So, like for example, the things that you have, the nice clothes, the fancy cars, or your trappings of success, because one of the other things that I'm learning from people who have money is that not everybody who has money shows it off. Sometimes they have things, but only as a byproduct of maybe another purpose. But there are a lot of people out there, myself included at one point, which is why I still, have conversations with money that need to change. Um, I thought that having those things would make me appear to be something that I wasn't. And a lot of people have things, but they don't necessarily have substance behind the things. Um, so anyway, that's just a touch on that, and we'll hit that again another time. Right now, we are talking about gifts, your natural gifts, talents, and abilities, and knowing who you really are and defining that, and basically sticking to it, other than when you evolve to change, to drop new things and old things around in the places you need to. So your gifts are a lot of what allow you to have certain things, do certain things, and allow people to like you. So, for example, your ideas and conversations that you have about things like money, um, what you do with it, how you earn it, where you earn it from, can be the precedent that allows you to have certain things. And it's, in my opinion, better than just letting the things have you. So that when you have a gift that allows you to have means to purchase things, you don't go out and buy them because you think they're going to make you important. Your gift has allowed you to be able to go and acquire those things rather than acquiring those things to look like you have gifts. See what I'm saying? So, your gift making space for you in that way, and also in what you do. Because until you define who you are inside, there are certain things that you will never have and never do. And in this case, we're talking about do. If you don't believe that you're a brave person, then you're not going to do brave things. If you don't believe that you're a kind person, then you're probably not going to be kind. Um, you can put on a front for a little while, but everything flashes in the pan, but batteries eventually run out of charge. Okay, you have to be plugged into something and actually be what you say you are. And those things will allow you to do certain things. And that ties into, whether or not people like you. If you put on a false face, people may like that in the short term, but like I say, I don't believe that you can live that lie forever. I think that eventually it has to come out some kind of way. So if you're not the person that you've said you are, and you behave very differently behind closed doors, there are going to be consequences for that in terms of the people that like you and support you and want to be around you, because eventually it weighs on you when you lie all the time. You're found out eventually, and you're like, oh my God, I wonder if they're going to find out today, or they're going to find out tomorrow. And you have to put on all these fronts, and you have to buy these things, and you have to do these things and say these things that you really don't mean, because they're not who you are. And maybe it can put you into a place of advancement or achievement for a season, but it's a lie, so it's not going to intrinsically be where you stay. Um, but your real gifts, the person that you really are, is the thing that makes space, as they say, for you. Okay, it opens up the doors that are your doors based on who you are. Because listen, everybody can't be a neurosurgeon, everybody can't be a basketball star, everybody can't be a garbage man. We all have different things that we can do and have and be based on our skill sets. And when you're comfortable within yourself, you don't have a problem with what niches you fall into. Now, just because you have a certain niche you have to fill based on your skills doesn't mean you can't change your skills to increase yourself. So I don't want this to be the excuse for those in the world who don't want to aspire to anything to say, well, Rob said, if that's where you are, that's where you are. Yes, but no. Okay, yes, that's where you are. But if you don't seek to advance and evolve yourself, even within on your level, okay, you're committing spiritual, psychological, and emotional suicide. And so I'm very much of a mind that you have to continually grow and try, even on your level. Okay, and you have to be okay with being at a certain level and the things that come with that level. So if you're just a beginner in the self-development game, you can't expect to have the kind of manifestations that, say, like a Wayne Dyer or a T.D. Jakes or an Eric Thomas or some of the people who, I've watched up and coming have. You're on your level, so there's certain things that are going to be for your level. And they come to you based on your gifts. Okay. But that's where the honesty about defining who you are has to come into play. You got to be honest with yourself on any given level in order to ascend or change or grow past that level. So I can't pretend that I'm on, again, a TD Jakes level when Robbie's sitting here on the camera in his home talking to you. Okay, and I don't have a following and all that kind of stuff. I can't pretend to be that, or else I'm not going to get what I need to have and do what I need to do. And the people that need to like me and know me at this stage of the game are not going to, because I'm trying to be something that I'm not. And so I again encourage you to understand that your gifts on any level that you're at will make space for you. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys and say a little something about my personal life. There was a time when I did not even imagine being on the level that I'm on. Now, to some people, that level is high. To some people, that level is rudimentary and low. But there was a time when I didn't even think I would be here. There was a time when I wouldn't have been on camera talking to anybody. Okay, you could barely get me to talk, even though I felt like I had something to say. You could barely get me to talk in mixed company, and some days you still can't. Um, but there was a time when I had no idea that I would be here and enjoying this and sharing with all of you who are willing to hear me and share with me. But the things that I get on this level are specific to this level. Now, as I advance and evolve myself, maybe we should make that a word, advance. Maybe as I advance myself, I'll get things on a different level. But again, I had to be honest with myself about the things that I wanted and who I was. And maybe that's why this feels more comfortable to me than it ever has before, because I've become a different person as I've grown. And now this actually appeals to me. Just like in 10 years, something else may appeal to me, and you may find me doing something else. And it is okay to do that, which is another talk for another time. But again, I just want you to get to the idea that the gifts that you have in particular are what allow you to grasp the things in life that you need. It allows you to have the things that you do have. It allows you to do the things you need to do, and it allows you to be the person you want to be, so that the folks that are in your life right now that are meant to be there and are drawn there because of the person you become are there. Again, as you grow, those things may shift and change, but that principle still holds true. The people that come to see a minister like T.D. Jakes now, or Joel Osteen, or a speaker like Wayne Dyer, or a speaker like Les Brown or Tony Robbins, their intrinsic gifts were already there before the following. And I want you guys to sit on that one and really percolate on that one. That's why I say the things are not what define you. The doings and the people that like you are not what define you, because if you're following your passion, you're doing these things already before anybody's even there. They come, and the things come, and you do as a byproduct of your gifts and who you are. Hopefully that little gem will percolate with you. The things come based on the gifts that you have and that you already had within you, that you develop and you bring out and you use as your means to an end, as it were. So anyway, just wanted to touch on the fact that your gifts make space for you, that those are the things that actually cause you to have, do, and to attract the people that you attract. So I want you to play with that and think about it a little bit and dig a little deeper with it. And this one I really, really want some feedback and questions on, because this is something that's real important to me, because to me it's kind of like causality. It is the cause of a lot of the things that you have, both positive and negative. And so, we need to deal with that. You need to accept it for what it is, and then deal with the parts of it that you need to change, and accept the parts that you're okay with and that you enjoy, and it's okay to do so. And it's okay to do so whether you ever have a certain thing, do a certain thing, or are liked by certain people. Until then, Tony Robbins always says, live with passion. I do like that one. But I do thank you for sharing my armchair, and I want you guys to have a great day.